Hello and welcome to the //Lads Forevercast. This is the last-minute Tourney finals between Voodoo and Petricpwnz. Voodoo, of course, defeating many good players, as Petricpwnz did as well. Petric defeating Lucian, Voodoo defeating Blackheart. Petric, that is Wise. Both these players going to go ahead and do typical builds for the map that is Roanoke Abyss. The main conflict here is grabbing these islands, as they must do. Petric's just gonna go ahead, grabbing his 8 Petricpwnz second air with lots of manual reclaim. We're gonna go ahead, do more attack moves and a similar build, getting those 8 Petricpwnz out, and then that second air, a third air plan for Voodoo after getting 3 additional Petricpwnz. Might see something similar in Blackheart. But Blackheart, I mean Petric. Petric going ahead with that NG assist, as is Voodoo. Both players getting out everything they needed at a reasonable pace. Petric can send 2 NGs expanding outwards, 1 NG to go grab this area over here, and a large patrol order from Land Factory. From Land Factory? No, I mean this Air Scout. What am I thinking? Petric gonna go ahead going first Inti. Voodoo with a very, very fast transport, getting that out before the scout comes off and building a second one immediately. I'm just gonna go ahead jumping 5 engineers on this left island. First 2 Intis. First 3 Intis. So Petric has gone for a third Air Factory of his own. 3 NGs on Petricpwnz spam, 2 on Air Factory spam. And now bombers coming out from Petric. Petric managing to shoot down one of Voodoo's transports. As you notice, both of these, Petric choosing Seraphim, while Voodoo taking his normal UEF. Petric's slight advantage here, but don't count Voodoo out. There's lots of good tools UEF can use, if you know how to use them. We're gonna go ahead, try to shoot down this transport. Petric is. Voodoo with some nice micro unloads the engines at the last second. The transport does survive with 53 HP left, and that third transport will manage to land on the island uncontested. Bomber coming out from Petric to attack this position, but slightly outnumbered. Petric ACU to the left island, drops to the right island. Actually, going ahead trying to drop directly onto this island. That would have been huge if Petric had shot down the transport. Petric could have grabbed this island. Just the 58 HP makes all the difference. Nice scout comes off. Petric decides that the real target shall be this mass extractor. He scouts. He sees what's happening. New plan is grabbing the aggressive islands. Bomber coming out from Petric, trying to do some damage over here. Might be able to, but 2 land factories up, and that's going to be difficult. Voodoo going to come out with the UAF bomber, a few Intis to clear out this island, but the ACU might just have a slightly more health. Voodoo already getting into the water, getting out a bunch of land factories, frigates, subs on the way. Petric going to go ahead, just 3 naval factories for him. Slightly faster on that first frigate. 2 kills on that bomber as it progresses forward. Petric just harassing these mexes with his bombers. And a bit of a fight. Voodoo does win that. Petric gets his mechs up. Might not actually be able to pay for itself there. 2 IGs coming in. Frigates now out. And Voodoo with some NG drops of his own. Going to drop every island with a Tech 1 engineer if the transport ever gets unstuck. I'm going to give it a move order to move it along. Petric, of course, hopes he can spot that, but I don't know if he can. He's getting pretty sneaky. Radar does pick it up. Multiple Intis in the vicinity, might only get a first NG drop off. 4-8 is spotted. Let's see how on the ball Petric is about spotting this transport. He sees it for the second time. Now Voodoo getting lots of airdrops off. Although the transport might go too close here and get picked up by the Inti's AI. Nice naval fights going off. Petric with Zuthi spam. Transport gets by just fine. And looks like this frigate just in the right area to intercept these NGs transferring to this island. Ranked up some nice veterancy for himself. And these Zuthi production facilities, one of them looks like to be denied by 3 frigates and a sub. And Voodoo successfully dropping almost all the islands that he wanted to. Huge eco advantage for Voodoo now. Absolutely massive. He's got all the islands he needs, plus he got these back ones. There's an extra 6 mass per second, and Voodoo doing some serious teching now, reclaiming his islands. Transport's going down. Zuthi spam to try to get onto Voodoo's second island, but frigates arrive just in time. Torp bombers out with Tech 2 air from Petric, and if he thinks he has air control, that could be a very devastating weapon, denying this early navy until Petric's sub hit squad can get over there. And deal with this threat. Some Zuthis will be putting fire on them, and that frigate will try to escape, but an ill-fated move, as Voodoo has already Tech 2 Navy with tons of build capacity. Petric with some build capacity, but not rivaling Voodoo. Voodoo pulling ahead in the eco game. Just these mass extractors, man. 6 mass per second, that stacks up over time. Plus, having a few of these mechs denied is not helpful. A destroyer finds itself in between a few Tech 1 subs. Should be able to deal with these easily. As an air fight comes off, Voodoo in slightly worse position. Drops coming in from Voodoo might get caught in the air fight. Somehow manages to slip that through. Drops off all the NGs before going down. It looks like this air fight might be a win for Petric, as he does need it, and because the destroyer will now harass his naval production facility as Voodoo gets out a cruiser. Second destroyer harassing this island. Voodoo with this is just fantastic naval spam. Petric trying to get a destroyer. There's already destroyers here. Numbers for Voodoo on this island. Petric just losing his mexes so quickly, and this devastating navy already en route. Voodoo, looks like he's getting Raz for his comm. Tech 2, presumably artillery jump, somewhat not successful, and a naval fight over in this left island. Destroyer goes around the back, these subs left out to die. And some Tech 1 artillery might be able to do some damage on these mexes, but so much land forces there, it's not really going to happen. A scary navy from Voodoo moving out onto this island. Does not want to get away this time. With the cruisers now completely immune to those torp bombers, it's going to be very difficult for Voodoo to climb out of this, especially now that Voodoo has such a power lead, such a mass lead. Once he gets Raz, that might be the end of it. Getting all sorts of torpedo defenses, maybe anticipating something. Though Petric does have air, never underestimate air. But with Navy, Voodoo can do pretty much whatever he wants to Petric's islands, turning down the mass advantage, causing Petric all sorts of headaches. Oh, what's Voodoo getting? Not entirely sure, so I can't see. Actually, I can see. Maybe back upgrade. I can't see it. See, this has the Raz. Torp bomber's getting cleaned up, and Petric might want to submerge that sub. Shield the navy with loads of frigates, loads of. Actually, it looks like 4 destroyers, 5 destroyers, and a cruiser. That can be a match for 4 destroyers. Petric keeping them on the surface once that surface DPS. Shield does go down, and a close naval engagement will help out Voodoo. Troll bomber somehow surviving. Voodoo not really steamrolling on this eco, instead pushing it all into the Navy. Extra 30 mass per tick. Gets you an extra 30 NGs on a naval factory. Which, actually Voodoo drilling most of his production away, switching to the ASF production, getting T3 power, teching 20-minute ASF. And Roanoke, that's quite impressive. Guess he feels he's safe enough to do it. RD drops coming out. Tech 1 transport trying to get it in there, but frigates and the ASF won't allow that. Gets spotted by that radar. Instantly goes down. So Voodoo with this massive navy, kind of getting chased by Petric, but he only has 5 destroyers for himself. Voodoo sits at a comfortable 6 destroyers, 25 frigates, 2 shields, and 2 cruisers. So Voodoo with a clear advantage here. Petric putting some into power. Petric power stalling? Badly. He's badly power stalling. Getting an ACU upgrade, maybe? No AC upgrade. Just power stalling. But some artillery drops to being somewhat effective for Petric, denying Voodoo's a bit of mass. But such a decisive loss in this naval fight, if you can call it that. Petric has 3 destroyers coming around. You want to put some fire on those shields. He's eating fire from destroyers. They won't last long. Maybe Tech 3 naval transition might be able to save Petric at this point, but not with the Navy this close to his base. Doesn't have the mass to really afford those sub-hunters. Voodoo was very well hunted counter. A little bit of harassment on the side here, though it is taking damage from the Lobos. Surviving off of veg, and 1 destroyer escapes with very low health. Cruiser comes in. Maybe that cruiser can get some hits on the ASF. Voodoo turns them right around. Now strat bombers being produced, 3 strat bombers. Petric's ACU on some sort of cheaty move upgrade. What is this? Petric, you're exploding, man. Oh, probably not intentionally. He moves into the water while upgrading. Strat bombers come off. Not see what they targeted there. Looks like the build capacity on Petric's naval facility, fetting those strat bombers up. Cheater, GG. Of course, Petric, cheatiest cheater ever. Voodoo completely surrounding his main base, strat bombing it into the water. No one can hear you scream because water equals space. 1 destroyer from Petric. Can he save it? Can he save the day? Can he do what he needs to do? No, I think he's dead. He's BC Blackguard. You can't kill BC Blackguard. Although Voodoo has already killed BC Blackguard, so Control King the base. Deserve it for all eternity. Fighting the T1 subs, reclaiming them like a boss. Air fight goes down. ASF kind of win. Really badly. And that's a win. Voodoo wins the last minute tourney. Hosted by Lucian. I'd like to thank you all for watching this series of games. I think this tourney definitely had a bunch of good games with it. I'd like to see this dynamic used more often, although maybe more than 20 minutes of notice might be helpful. Although we somehow got all the good players on, with Lucian's amazing timing, skill. So thank you all for watching, and good night.